Alright, just to give everybody who's been following the videos an update, I bought some new equipment. I'm going to make this video today. Really, it's not going to be very well produced, but it's just kind of impromptu. Just felt like doing it, but I have the Altec 19s. They're doing real good. I'm still going to do a review on those things. I'm still kind of settling in, and I'm listening to them through different equipment. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. I got a new solid state piece and a new tube amp. And well, I'll disconnect the camera and walk around and show you, and then over the course of the next few videos I'm going to do some sound tests with a good microphone using the new solid state equipment, the new tube, and the new turntable. Decided to get back into analog. It's been a long time, but didn't have a turntable, so I bought a cheap one, but a good one, and have some records ordered. All my old records are crap, so I'm not even going to bother listening to those. I used them back in the early 80s. But let me pop this thing off and walk around and show you the new equipment, and then go in and show you the tube amp that I'm currently working on. And so I'm going to make some videos about that. It's a Fisher 500B. And kind of refurbish that thing, and then pop it on the Altecs and give it a listen to see how that sounds. Just fun stuff. So stand by. I'll take this off the tripod and walk around and show you, and go in there and see the Fisher. Alright, so here's, hope you can see this, but here's one of the new additions. It's an NAD. It's not going to focus, is it? Yeah, NAD C375 BEE solid state integrated amplifier, and it is outrageously good. And in terms of solid state sound, I love it. I just have a few Altecs hooked up to it right now, and I've got my Sonos system there, and I'm feeding that into the DAC Magic Cambridge audio, which is not on right now, and that goes into the receiver. And of course right now I'm listening to some analog. This is my project carbon turntable, which is an El Cheapo, but nevertheless really nice. I like it. It's a good entry into analog, into vinyl. And I only have a few albums. I had hundreds of albums back in the 80s, but they were just crap. I abused them and never had them in their sleeves, and they're just a nightmare to listen to. So I am buying a few albums here and there just to give it a listen. It's very different. I like it a lot. But analog has its place, digital has its place. It all has its solid state tubes. It's all good. Well, it's not all good, but they're different, and good solid state has its advantages. Good tube gear has its advantages. Albums have their, LPs, vinyl has its advantages, digital, and they all have disadvantages, and it depends on what I'm in the mood for. So I like it all. I'm not married to any one technology. A lot of these knucklehead audiophiles are married to a technology, and they're unwavering, and that's not me. Although I do like the Altec, so I might be married to these things. So anyway, I'm going to be putting together a demo with the new solid state gear, the new NAD, coming up, but I'll show you the new addition to the family. Go into the workbench in here. And here it is. You're looking at the backside of a Fisher 500B fully tubed receiver. And I'm going to be making some videos about this little guy. It's a heavy monster. I don't feel like moving it, but let's try to get the front here. It's not in bad shape. It's in good shape. The knobs are missing some end caps, but I have those on order. Fortunately, someone still makes those. Everything works. All the lights work. all the knobs, the switches. The guy that I bought this from, oh, sorry about that, I hit the off button, this awkward camera. So I was saying the guy that I bought this from had a, I don't know what you call it, some kind of a retro, I don't know, a kit put on it with complete with all the capacitors that need to be replaced, and a couple of resistors, rectifier, and a couple other items. So it's up to date. This is one of the new capacitors that's been poorly shrink wrapped for whatever reason, but I've already opened the bottom up, and it was well done. The soldering is good, in good shape. Whoever did it knew what they were doing. Was not amateur. And this is a great receiver, but I'm going to make it better, and I'm going to have a whole series of videos on how to turn this thing into a really super hi-fi. It doesn't take much, but it's already a very good design. It's a very simple design, which I like. And again, check out some of my other videos on the Fisher here. And as soon as I get this thing ready for prime time, I'm going to hook it up to the Altecs and listen to some digital through it and listen to some analog through it. So for those of you who requested to hear the Altecs using tube gear and vinyl, I'm going to do that as soon as I get a chance. But today I've got on order. These tubes are good. They're American, Sylvania, and GE. These two are GE. Those are Sylvania. But I prefer to have a matched quad for the output tubes. These are 7591s, which is kind of a rarer tube. So I bought a matched quad from JJ Tesla, and those should be delivered today. What else did I get? I'm going to do a bunch of stuff to this thing to get it ready. I'm going to bypass the whole front end circuitry and put a couple of RCA phono jacks that feed directly into the amplifier, or the right prior to the volume adjustment. So it's basically a standalone integrated amp that bypasses all the tone controls and the low pass and high pass filters that are built into this thing, and try to get the best signal path. But anyway, I could go on forever. That's a video for another day. But anyway, so that's the Fisher. That's coming right up. I've also got I'm going to change the power cord. This thing is almost dangerous. And some other modifications to this. So if you're interested, stay tuned for that. So the purpose of this video, obviously we're not doing any listening, is that my next video is going to be a demo using the NAD with some digital tonight, and I'm going to really crank it up, and hopefully you'll get a sense for unlike any of the demos in the past, you'll get a sense for the dynamics that these speakers can produce through a very good solid state amplifier, which is amazing. And I will do that as my very next video, so stay tuned. Good seeing y'all again. And also stay tuned for my separate series of videos on the Fisher. I'm going to open it up, show you the inside, show you the modifications that I'm making for the technically minded. I'm going to show you a couple things on the schematics, show you what this little mystery wire is here that most people have no clue what this is. It's a long since dead type of technology. I'll tell you all about this. And a little bit about tube amplifier theory, and show you how to make some mods to this thing that are probably the more significant modifications that can be made. There goes my light. Okay, so I'm rambling on. Stay tuned, and we'll see you all in a little bit. Hold on a second. Let me get the dog to say goodbye. Let me say goodbye. Come on, say goodbye. Say goodbye. All right.